To be precise, I'm coming to you live from Entebbe, and we are going to look at issues of making planes. Uganda is currently at the stage of establishing a bureau to absorb those who have skills in aerospace engineering. And of course, when you look at Uganda when it comes to the industry, you realize that it's still trying to come up and develop some of the necessary things required. Now, recently, we ran a story on Daily Monta, which is a subsidiary of Nation Media Group, about the youngest Ugandan who attained PhD in aerospace engineering from Oklahoma State University. And of course, he happens to be among the few Africans who have attained PhD at a younger age in the sector of aerospace engineering. Actually, I was trying to sample a few of them in East Africa. He could be among the first youngest from East Africa to attain PhD in aerospace engineering. However, when you look at Uganda, of course, earlier on, I spoke to the Minister for Science, Innovation and Technology, that is Dr. Monica Msenero, who confirmed to me that, yes, currently Uganda is at stage of compiling the number of people who have actually attained skills in aerospace engineering, both those who are in the country and those who are in diaspora. However, I'm not going to preempt everything. This morning, I'm delighted that I've been joined by Dr. Monica Diobe, the Ugandan who actually attained PhD in aerospace engineering. He happens to be the youngest Ugandan to attain PhD in aerospace engineering. I would wish him to bring us into light and we ponder into this particular topical discussion. I want him to elucidate, first of all, when it comes to this industry, what motivated him to pursue maybe his career in this field. Doctor, you're most welcome to Morning at NTV Show.
Thank you, Russell.
We saw you being hooded after attaining your PhD. Of course, you went through the processes of defending your research, and the last result, we saw you being hooded. Tell us, what motivated you to actually go in for this particular field?
Thank you, Hadid. So, as you said, my name is Monica Idiobe, and actually, I was born and raised here. I was born in Busia, and then long story short, I went to Holy Cross Lakeview Senior Secondary School in Wanyange, where I attended from O to A level. Now, while at Holy Cross Lakeview, the moment when I actually took a turn in my life was in Senior 5 and Senior 6, because the school organizes science fairs. And during that time, we had a theme that was transforming classroom knowledge into practical skills. And I was curious, because we learned about hydroelectric power. I asked myself if I was able to design and build an alternating current generator that actually produces the electricity that we use at home. And I was able to do this during that science fair. And long story short, I won that science fair as the best competitor that year. And then followed again in 2013, I was able to build a simple helicopter from the locally available materials. And that sparked my idea of aerospace engineering. But before then, I was supposed to go into the medical world. But I remember one of my teachers, my physics teacher, Mr. Wante Edisa, telling me, young man, you have the talent. All you need to do is you need to acquire the skill. And when I looked around Uganda, East Africa, and Africa in general, we really did not have an aerospace engineering program. And my only choice was to go and pursue this in the United States. So that's how I ended up at Oklahoma State University, where I got my bachelor's in aerospace engineering. I also happened to get my bachelor's in mechanical engineering, and then moved on to get my master's in aerospace engineering. And finally, as you said, in May, I was able to graduate with my PhD in the same field.
Okay, Doctor, there's one thing that I also want to understand. We have had a number of Ugandans who have gone to these Western countries to attain better education. But at the end of the day, some of them feel comfortable working in the Western countries other than applying the knowledge back to these developing countries like Uganda. Do you have any plans of coming back to the country and maybe apply your skills in Uganda?
Yes, I think a lot of the folks that go outside to pursue highly sophisticated skills like aerospace engineering, we really don't have so much to do when we come back to Uganda because, as you know, we don't have anything in aerospace engineering. We're just even trying to revamp the airline. So there is not really an industry that could employ or hire these highly skilled people. But I think it is time things start changing, and I would like to be one of the champions who started this change. And I would actually eventually love to come back and serve my country and potentially introduce or even grow the aerospace industry in Uganda.
Okay, maybe when you look at aerospace engineering, it is broader. Are we talking about you holding spanner to have the physical application of the energy, or is specifically something that you have specialized yourself in?
So my current PhD, my PhD dissertation was in aeroacoustics. And aeroacoustics is basically aircraft noise generation. So I entirely specialize in how does the aircraft make noise? You know, how is that noise generated? And by the way, why is this important? You know, if you look at Western countries or world, such as the United States, they have highly stringent laws as far as the aircraft, because as people are sleeping, they don't want to be woken up by an aircraft flying over. So there are very stringent laws guiding on a new aircraft, how much noise is it allowed to make. So with my current skill sets, I can come in, before even we design an aircraft, we can have an idea of how much noise is going to be generated by a particular aircraft, and we can potentially come up with ways of mitigating that noise before even we go through the certification process of an aircraft.
Okay.
So my entire education career has been quite an interesting journey, and I would be lying to you if I said I am self-made. My story today, or my success that I have achieved today, it is because of a lot of people coming together. So God is putting a lot of people, or He has put a lot of people to make sure I attain my education. As you might know, I lost my mom and my father I lost my father in 2009, and then I lost my mother in 2010.
Oh, sorry.
And at the time I was in Senior 2 and then Senior 3 at Holy Cross Lakeview. Fortunately, I had a lot of brothers, Holy Cross brothers, priests and sisters really chip in to try and make sure Mwanaka attains his education. But those people came together with the university. I got a scholarship for my undergraduate studies. And when I finished my undergraduate studies and I moved on to my master's program, now the university was officially paying for me to go to school. And of course, I was given also a monthly stipend because in return, I was doing research for the university. And when I moved to my PhD program, my first year of the PhD program was still paid by the university, and I happened to secure an employment with Boeing as an aeroacoustic engineer while I was just starting my second year of the PhD program, and Boeing decided to take over and pay for the rest of my PhD program.
Okay, maybe Doctor, my producer is already signaling to me. Thank you so much, Doctor. And of course, this is Dr. Mwanika Diobe trying to give us his story about the journey up to when he attained a PhD in aerospace engineering. Now, to the audience, when you look at aerospace engineering, for many of you who might not know, this particular field deals with developing technologies in aerospace, and also sometimes they develop defense systems and also aircrafts. Of course, Doctor has been able to give us detailed information on his area of specialization. Since our time is fast being spent, I'll let the discussion remain here and let the room back to my colleague in the studio to continue with some of the topical discussions on the day.